Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Miss Fatin. So today, we're going to present on the outline of article analysis. Our topic is about, is social media creating more behavioral problems among teens?
Before we proceed with the title or the question, is social media creating more behavioral problems among teens? Let's see what is social media. Social media is a computer-based system that allows the sharing of ideas, opinions, and information through virtual network and communities. It is internet-based that allows users to share information such as personal information, documents, pictures, and images in an electronic format. Also, as we know, young people are the most active and exposed users of social media. Now, let's proceed with the main purpose of this presentation.
Now, let us look at the question, is social media creating more behavioral problems among teens? The first answer is yes, social media is creating more behavioral problems among teens. It is because
for the first point, the answer is yes. This is because from social media, it can lack of social interaction. According to Sinha, Yadav and Kanodia in 2016, they said, teenagers and youngsters are preferred to socialize on these social media networking sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and online gaming rather than spending their times in parks, malls or maybe gaming center. According to them, this is because the younger generation would rather watch others' feedback in social media rather than practice practical knowledge in their daily life. It is true, we can see the impact from social media. It can isolating individuals and destroying ties of teenagers. As a result, they will act awkwardly if they have to meet face to face one day. However, according to Chandrat, Kaul and Singh in 2020, one poll had been conducted and the results are quite disappointed. This is because it's really been found that social media can severing social ties with people in real life. This is why we said from social media, it can lead of disadvantage.
Other than that, why the answer is yes, social media is creating more behavioral problem among teens? It is because in today's context of social media, it is hard to tell who the strangers are. Sharing information on social media can end up making activity or crimes such as kidnapping, murder and robbery much easier, as many cases have been reported in which criminals target youngsters and persuade the youngsters or the children to meet with them. Furthermore, most of the teenagers spend a lot of time on social media sites like chatting and communicating, which has a negative impact on their health. In addition, there are also some ineffective blogs that have such a strong influence on youngsters or teenagers where they may lead to become violent and engage in inappropriate behavior.
Alright, next. So we go, is social media creating more behavioral problems among teens? The answer is yes. When we hear about social media, we can already know many disadvantages of its use. The downside is that social media can reduce peer interactions and causes users to feel lonely from time to time. This is because when teenagers are constantly looking at social media, they will make comparisons of their physical appearance with other peers, which leads to dissatisfactions with their own beauty standards because social media, since there are many beautiful and pretty personality influencers that make teenagers feel not enough with their own beauty. And this will lead to emotional depressions and the teenagers withdrawals by the shortcoming he or she has. Furthermore, teenagers who are overly concerned with their appearance are more likely to experience narcissistic personality disorder. This is strongly supported because research shows that teens experience serious mental health problems, sexting, and suicides as a result of their addictions to social media. Alright, now we move to the next disadvantage of social media. The advantage of social media is social media was jeopardizing students' academic achievement. This is because social media often bring with its concerns such as disrupting study time, disrupting focus on academics, issues, and failing to achieve performance. The use of social media in daily life as a student is limited, but due to careless behavior, students play social media more often than study. The developments of various cultural behavior that are incorrect on health issue, as well as emotional isolations from family and lack of time allocated for academic activities. This makes the family opportunities to support socially acceptable behavior will decrease if there is an emotional gap between the teenagers and their families. They are more concerned with their social media than spending time with family. This suggests that repeated economic constraints, social isolations, emotional separations from family members, and the occasional cyberbullies can gradually foster mental health problem.
Another answer for the question, is social media creating more behavioral problems among teens, is no. Social media is not creating more behavioral problems among teens. It is because
social media can help teenagers to be more honest. Through social media, they can now freely express their thoughts and ideas. Research shows that social media improves quality of life. It is so easy to get lost in a big world, especially as a teenager. With the use of social media, teenagers have an outlet to express themselves, which is important because expression is key during the teenage years. Other than that, if students can freely talk about their feelings, they can easily tell good from bad. Children and teenagers can learn and appreciate different perspectives and worldviews to better understand the world around them and build up their knowledge on a range of topics. With so many ideas shared across a number of platforms, they can discover areas of interest and use the platforms in an educational capacity. Then, talking about education, students can also discuss their schoolwork and assignment on social media. Sharing of information is very necessary in order to spread the message or even to communicate with the other. Students need to communicate with their teachers, friends, and colleagues and various others. Information sharing becomes very easy through the help of the internet and social media. Students can connect with their friends, teachers, colleagues, and others through various communication means, such as mobile phones, laptops, personal computers, and various others. Thus, with the help of social media, students can easily share this valuable information with each other and can gain information and knowledge. Lastly, teachers can easily post information about their classroom activities and assignments on social media. Social media platforms can play an important role for teaching students already hardwired into the tools and for advancing teaching professional development. Benefits include making students feel more engaged in learning, creating deeper interactions between teachers and students, and expanding learning communities beyond school walls. The research also showed that through social media, teachers can enhance interactions between students and teachers, and with people and resources outside the classroom. All are important for a student's sense of belonging in an educational community. And by using social media themselves, teachers can receive professional benefits through just-in-time teaching-related resources and social or emotional support outside their own school or district. Next is that using social media can help students who are struggling in school. Students who watch a lot of televisions are less likely to do well in school. Teenagers who spend an extra hour watching TV or playing computer games risk performing 2 grades worse in exams than their peers who don't, according to research by British scientists. Since this was a prospective study in which the researchers followed the students over time to see how different behaviors affected performance, the scientists said it was reasonable to conclude that too much watching television reduced academic achievement. In addition, studies show that educated people watch less TV as kids and teenagers. Students who watch less television will devote more of their time to more beneficial activity. Those that achieve good results devote their time to learning and trying to better themselves. Educated people know how to divide their time. Effective time management is the productive use of the time, allowing people to get everything they had planned done. This can include assignments, projects, and study groups. Proper time management requires them to shift from focusing on activities to results. Being busy doesn't mean you are effective. With good time management, you complete your tasks with minimal effort and make most of your time working smarter, not harder. Next is the ability of students to finish schoolwork differs depending on the media they are exposed to. As we know, social media provides a platform where you can share your knowledge and gain credibility in your chosen fields or specialism. Within an online community, you can also acquire information and insights from others who have already been where you are now or have completed similar research. It can be very cost-effective communication medium and is usually free for the end user. Not only you can use it to communicate, but it's also an excellent promotional tool for things like events, new courses, and research advances. What matters is how students discover their knowledge. Students can learn in a variety of ways through using social media, including completing quizzes using Kahoot, studying through flashcards, reading journals and online books, and much more. Thus, you can use social media in several ways based on your preferences. The use of social media among students is an all-time high. Students have successfully managed to integrate social media with each and every aspect of their daily life. Regardless of the accomplishments of social media, one cannot simply turn a blind eye to the various problems that come along with it. While social media can be used in ways that promote positive and productive ideas in society, the negative outcomes from social media such as cyberbullying and other online dangers also pose a massive threat. Positive behaviors and aspects make social media an invaluable tool for young people if used appropriately. Hence, it's very important to ascertain the benefits gained by the mass users of social media.
Next, the reason is it's easy to communicate with other people. According to Sinha, Yadav and Kanodia in 2016, they said, in order to interact quickly and efficiently, social media is the best solution ever. This is because, according to them, in addition, social media also can be used for debating current events and topics. This is the best method to be used in order to communicate with others in easy way. However, according to them also, in order to finding an old acquaintance was always a challenge. But by using social media, we can easily communicate with them with a simple approach. Believe it or not, just only one click, we can find people in an easy way. We should agree that social media is the best technology ever that can be used in order to keep in touch with our friends. Since we are connected to the world through social networking, people can communicate simply and effectively from anywhere in the world at any time. This is the big reason why we said social media can give an advantages towards citizens.
Lastly, why social media is not creating more behavioral problems among teens? It is because teenagers or youngsters can keep in touch with each other. Social networking platform can be used by young people to share valuable information and knowledge. Also, teens in particular might use social networking websites to find support that they may not be able to get in traditional relationship. Furthermore, during a moment of critical development, young people seek or turn to social networking sites for assistance and information. Young people might use social media to get solutions to questions concerning their professional or career goals.
In conclusion, social media can give both positive and negative effects towards their users. What matters is how teenagers want to use social media and which platforms are appropriate and good for them to use. Their surroundings, especially their parents, play a significant role in influencing teenagers who are still learning and growing to become better. I think that's all from us. Thank you.